Now let us get connected to the data source. Interactive date filters we have talked about. Now we are talking about the where filters. For this, I would like to display the profit on the basis of, let's take subcategory over here. Let me make it as a horizontal and let me make it as an entire view and let me sort this over here. Okay, so we have the profit. If you want, I can also put the profit into the color over here. And let me display the label also. Now, where filter. So where filter, I can put the profit into the filter and let's click on next. Now here we are specifying a value where the profit is between the specified range. So I can use the slider for the range and let's take apply. So where the profit is lying between this range, it is displayed over here. Okay, you can change the values. You can type in over here. Let's take 0 and say apply. Here it goes. Okay, then you can say at least where you will only be able to change the minimum value. You will not be able to change the maximum value. At most, you will be able to change only the maximum value and not the minimum value, like this. Okay, only the maximum value you can change over here, not the minimum one. Then you have spatial which deals with the null values. If you have a null value or not, in our data we do not have any null values. So if I will say null, it will give me nothing. Non-null will take all the values, and if I say all values, it will take all the values over here. So this is the where filter over here. Okay, so this was the where filter, and if I the profit and I will say show filter, here I can also get the range, right? Like this you can do it. So this is your where filter. I don't want this, so I can put this profit and profit. This was perfect. And I would like to bifurcate it on the basis of category. Right. So this was the where filter, and the next filter we have over here is the context filter. Now let us see what is the context filter. Very important context filter. So let me take the sales on the basis of subcategory, putting the category into the color. Now, can anybody help me out in getting the top 3 subcategories? You have done the assignments also. I think you will be able to do it. I want to display the top 3 subcategories. Who can help me in this?
Putting subcategories in filters, and then
I can put the subcategories into the filters, correct? Then
last option, top.
then in
go
top.
to the top, by field, and top. Say apply and okay. I am getting the top 3. Let me also put the filter on the basis of the category. So I'm getting a category filter. And yes, I am getting top 3 over here. Let me remove technology. What I am getting? What I am getting?
Furniture and office supplies.
I am getting top 2 over here. I am getting only top 2. I asked for top 3. Let me remove office supplies. I am getting only top 1. Let me take all. Now I am getting top 3. But my requirement is top 3. So this top 3 should be in relation to the category. If I am selecting, suppose, office supplies and technology, I need top 3 from office supplies and technology. If I'm selecting only technology, I want a top 3 from technology. if I am taking furniture and technology, I need top 3 from furniture and technology. If I am taking all, the top 3 should be from the all. So here what I wanted to say is that top 3 should be with respect to the category filter, or in other words, I can say that the top 3 should be with respect to the category, in context of the category. So top 3 in context of the selected category. Are you getting this point? So let's do it. I can click on this drop down arrow of the category and I can say add to context. Now see what happens. Now you remove office supplies. You are getting top 3 from furniture and technology. You remove furniture. You are getting top 3 from technology. You take technology and office supplies. You are getting top 3 from office supplies and technology. If you take all, you are getting the top 3 from all the 3. Am I clear with this? Hello, please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is known as context filter.
In this case, here we are having 3 categories: furniture, office supplies, and technology. Let's say I remove furniture. So there would be 2 categories left. So it will, suppose top 3 are from only one category. Technology, or means top 3 are from the technology category only. Will it display from the technology only, or will it count one or two from the office
It
supplies?
will count the top 3 from whatever you have selected.
Okay, not necessary from each category.
No, I am saying I want the top 3 with respect to the filter which I am using. If I am saying only technology, that means I am looking for the top 3 in the technology category.
Okay.
Getting this point?
Yes. Thank you.
Top 3 performer of the company. Top 3 performers of the HR and MIS department. Top 3 performance of the HR department. In all the cases, I need top 3. The scope is changing. Correct? Is that clear?
Clear.
Okay. Okay. So this was the context filter. Then we have a data source filter. For this, let me take another filter. I would like to take the sales on the basis of the category, putting the category into the color. Let's make it as an entire view, sorting and labeling. Now I am displaying the subcategory, category wise sales over here. Now, supposingly, I don't want to have furniture. I don't want any visualization for furniture. Okay, I can go to the filter. I can put the category into the filter and I can remove the furniture from here and say, okay, the furniture has been removed. But I don't want any visualization for the furniture. That means I have to remove the furniture from here. I have to remove the furniture from here. No matter how many visuals are there in my data source, how many visuals are there in my workbook, or from all the visuals, I want to exclude this. Clear? I don't want the visualization for furniture. If I use this method, I have to do it. If there are 20, 30 or 50 sheets in my workbook, I have to do it manually in all. Okay. It is something like I am taking entire data, doing the visualization and then removing what I don't want. Right? Let's take there are 10,000 records, out of which 3,000 records are for furniture. So first of all, I am taking all the 10,000 records, doing the visualization and then removing the visualization for the furniture. Alternatively, what can I do? I can simply do not take the records of the furniture. That means instead of taking all the 10,000 records, I should take only 7,000 records. Are you getting this point?
Can you repeat the last part, please?
I am saying instead of taking the entire data, I am taking only the data for technology and office supply. I am excluding the data. In the data, we have total 10,000 records. We are assuming that the 3,000 records are for furniture. So I am saying I am not taking those 3,000 records. I am just taking the 7,000 records which are there for technology and office. Now you got my point?
Yes, understood.
Okay. Right. So what can I do? Let me remove this. And this type of filter is known as data source filter. I am directly putting a filter on the data source. So I can right click on this data and I will say edit data source filter. You will click on add over here. I want a filter on the basis of category, where I will take office supplies and technology. I will exclude furniture and I will say okay. And say okay. So you will see furniture has been removed from here. You go to the next sheet, furniture has been removed. You go to this sheet and the furniture has been removed from here as well. So from all the sheets, the furniture has been removed. That is known as data source filter. Any point of time you want it back, you can right click over here. You can say edit data source filter. Click on this drop down. Click on this and say remove and say okay. Furniture is back. Here also furniture is back, and here also furniture is back. Got it? Is that
Yes.
clear?
Sir, can you repeat once again?
Not a problem. So this is the data source. I will right click over here. I will say edit data source filter. Click on add. On the basis of category, say okay. Whatever you want. Suppose I don't want office supplies. I want furniture and technology. I have taken one and say okay and okay. Now office supplies has been removed from here, here also, and from here also. From everywhere, office supplies has been removed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If I wanted to remove this filter, I have to right click on this. I will say edit data source filter, click on this, say remove. Okay, it's done.
Got it, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Happy where it is. So this was the data source. Then we comes to the ways to filter. Okay, and I will also like to put the subcategories to give you this example. Now we are talking about the ways to filter. So what are the ways to filter? Number one, filter by shelf. If you want to filter on anything, take like I want to filter on the category, I can put the category into the filter. This is known as filter by shelf. Put the category into the filter and you take whatever you want and say filter by shelf. Second, interactive filter, which you already know. You can click on this drop down and say show filter and you are getting the interactive filter, which can be updated during runtime. Let me remove this. Then we have headers. These are known as headers. Technology, furniture, office supplies. Now, as you noticed, when I click on this, I am getting a pop-up menu which says keep only and exclude. I will say exclude, it will be removed. I will click on this top thing over here. I will say keep only technology is visible. Okay, so that is known as filter by headers. And the fourth one we have is filter by legend. Suppose you click on this and once you click in the legend, this is known as legend. You are getting a pop-up box which says exclude, excluded. Let's take keep only it is furniture is visible. Okay. So these are the four ways to filter by shelf, interactive, header, and legend. Formatting filter, I already told you in the previous session where how to format the filter. Remember or shall I repeat it? Changing the color of the filter and all those. Do you remember or do you want me to repeat it?
I remember.
Remember. Okay, wonderful.
One question: how to get back the hidden filters here?
Hidden filter?
By undo option we can get, but if I have done some other command also, then in that case.
No, I don't understand the meaning of hidden filter. What do you mean by hidden filter?
As you said here, suppose if I want to exclude the furniture. So
like this, exclude.
Yeah, exclude.
Okay.
So how to get it back?
Here it is. Go to the filters and remove this.
Okay.
Now here comes your assignment, which says create a bar chart to display top 10 profit-making subcategories along with the categories. This chart to display only those categories and subcategories where the revenue is 200,000 to 250,000. So you have to write a formula. In the previous session, we have done this. Display month-wise profit for each category should be interactive on the basis of year. Use slider as a filter. Okay. Then create a bar chart to represent category and subcategory wise sales where the revenue is more than 200,000 and the profit is more than 20,000. Right? Similar to the second one, but here you have to, in the second question, you have to put the condition on the sales only. But here you are putting the condition on two things, that is the sales and the profit. Using the data source filter, update all the above charts only for the technology category. So that becomes a data source filter. Clear? So please do this assignment, and there is a small test which I'm not focusing on as of now. And let's move to the next topic, which is manipulating graph size. Now here in this topic, we will be focusing on this marks card, color, size, text. So what all options are there in the marks card, we will be talking about that. So manipulating graph size. So let me take the sales. Let's take on the basis of the region. Let's make it as an entire view. Okay. Now manipulating graph size means changing the width of this bars. You can go to the size, you can increase or you can reduce the size. Okay. Like this. Right. So this is known as manipulating graph size. If you want, you can put something, let's take profit into the size. And you can see the bars are appearing in a different thickness, where the thickness of the bar indicates the profit. So you can see west being the thickest is the highest profit has been in western region, and then it is east, and then it seems to be the south and the center. Okay, so that is known as managing the size, graph size, manipulating graph size. Then we have manipulating colors. Manipulating colors. So let me take the sales on the basis of subcategory, and let me put the category into the colors. Let's make it as an entire view. Okay. Now you have seen whenever we take colors, it appears in the same format. This is the format of the colors. Okay. But I don't want this default color. So I want to change this color, for which you can click on this color option and you will see there's an option called edit colors. Click on the edit colors and you will see the various colors. Suppose furniture I want in brown color, office supplies I want in this color, and technology I want in golden color. I will say apply and OK. So the colors has been applied in this visual. But if you will go to your previous visual, you will see everywhere the color has been changed, because the colors are not applied to a particular visual, but you have applied a color to a particular value: furniture, office supplies, and technology. So everywhere the color will change. Okay, but if you are not satisfied with this color, you can again click over here, or you can also go over here and say edit colors. Edit colors. And if none of the colors suits your requirement, you can click on this drop down and you will see a lot of color palettes over here. Right? So you can take anyone you want. Let's take, I want a traffic lights over here, and say assign palette. Say apply and OK. So the colors has been changed. Like this, you can choose whichever color you want. And if you want the default colors back, so you can click on this, go to edit color, and there's an option called reset and apply. You will be again getting your default colors. Clear? If you want, you can also put some dimension, measure into the color. Let me put the profit into the color, and you can see the various color shading. which also you can change by clicking on the edit color, and there are predefined colors over here. You can select whichever you want. Okay, I will like to go with this. Say apply and so the colors has been changed. Okay, that is about the color. The next we have is displaying the text and the label. So label. Let me take the sales on the basis of order date. Let's make it as an entire view. Now, till now, whenever we want to display the labels, we always use the quick labels, isn't it? This is a quick label. You click on this, but you will get the label. But this will display only the value on the basis of which this chart has been created. As this chart has been created on the basis of the sales, that's why I am getting only the sales value, right? So I don't want the quick labels. I want the sales. I can put whatever I want to display it as a label. I can put it into the label sales. I also want to put the profit. I also want to put the, let's take order date into that, right? So this is how it is appearing. I want to further enhance it. I can double click on the labels. I will click on these 3 dots and I can change the colors over here. I would like to make it bold. Let me type in over here as sale, or instead of writing sale, I will sale. I will say profit. I want the year to be in the between sales and profit. Let me make it as bold. I would like to increase the size slightly. I would also like to change the font over here. Let me change the color. Let me increase the size by 1 more. Let me change the color over here. Suppose I want it orange. Say apply and okay. Here it is, sales, profit, and the year is being displayed over here. Suppose I want to display it on a monthly basis. I will go to the month and this is how it is appearing. But you will see, although you have taken a continuous graph, but your graph has been appearing is broken. That is because of this label. Here also you have to make it continuous, and here you are getting the labels. But now if you will look, your visual is too much overfilled. Your visual is overfilled. Okay. And for which, what we can do, we can once again go to the label and you will see the various options like minimum, maximum. So now you are getting only those labels where the value. So in February 2014, we have the minimum sales and the maximum sales has been done in the November 2017. You can also display the line ends. So you can see we started in January 14 with the sales and the profit, and we ended in December 17 with this sales and the profit. Or you can also go for the selected. Selected is whenever you will click on any of this, you will be getting the data label. Right? Then you have highlighted. Basically, selected and highlighted is almost same. If you will highlight something, you will be getting, you can highlight like this as well. You are getting all the data labels. Right? Most recent will give you the last one. So I will say minimum, maximum is better. So I'm taking it as minimum and maximum. Okay. So this was about the labels. Now we have tooltip. Again, an interesting feature we have over here is the tooltip. We are talking about the tooltip. So let me do one thing. I will like to take the sales on the basis of category. Let's make it as an entire view. Let me put the color into the category and I will sort it. Now tooltip. What is tooltip? When you move your pointer on your visual, you get this pop-up box. Can you notice the pop-up box appearing over here? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
it is displaying? What it is displaying?
Category and sales.
Category and sales. Why? Because this chart has been created on the basis of category and sales only. But what if I want to display something else? Along with the sales, I also want to display the profit. So I can take the profit and I can put it into the tooltip. Now see, now I am also getting the profit over here. Suppose I also want to display the quantity and the discount. Now see, I'm getting discount, profit, quantity, sales, everything over here. Anything else you want to display, you can display that as well. Now, I wanted to enhance this tooltip, so I can go to this tooltip and here it is. If you want to do some formatting, you can do some formatting. You can change the color you want. Let's take, I have taken it as a blue color and I would like to increase the size some more and I would like to change the font. That's it. And I will say, okay, now see. So this is how your tooltip is appearing over here. Okay, let me once again go to the tooltip and you will see there is an insert option. You will see, and you will see so many things which can be inserted as a tooltip, which is the name of the data source. Then the data update time. Then the name of the sheet, the workbook name, page we haven't talked about till yet, default title, caption, the username. Say okay. Now see, I'm getting all this thing over here. Once again, you can go to the tooltip and there is one interesting feature over here. Let me go this and I can go to the insert and there is an option called sheet. So I can select the sheet. What was the name of the sheet? First of all, let me check. Tooltip. Let me put it on the top. I will say insert sheet. I will take this. I can insert another sheet as a tooltip and say okay. Now see what happens. Now when you move your pointer over here, you are getting the subcategories. Subcategory of the technology, subcategory of furniture, subcategory of office supplies. So within the tooltip, you are getting a map, visual, another visual within the tooltip. So another wonderful feature we have over here. Is that clear?
Yes.
Can
Okay.
you repeat it once again?
Sorry?
Can you repeat this?
Yes. So let me double click on the tooltip and I have simply inserted the sheet over here. Insert sheet and specify the sheet which you want. Automatically, it will display when you move your pointer on any of the data point, it will give you the subcategory details of that. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Let's take another one. So that was tooltip. The next thing which comes up over here is the shape. Let's see what is the shape now. Let me take the sales and let me take the profit. I have taken the sales and the profit. Let me make it as an entire view. And you can see this bubble. Can anybody tell me what does this bubble represents? We have talked about it initially as well. What is this bubble represents? Huh? Come on, we have done this thing.
And granularity.
That is right. We have talked about it when we were talking about granularity, but I am saying, what does this bubble represent? This bubble represents the overall sales and the overall profit. Okay. Overall sales and the overall profit. Now let us take the region and I will put the region into the shape. Okay. I will put it into the shape and you will see the various shapes appearing over here, where cross indicate west, square is for east, circle is for central, and plus is for south. And if you are not satisfied with the shapes, you can go to the shape and you can select different shapes, like there are other shapes as well. I will say filled, I will say assign palette, central is fine, east I want this, south I want this, and west I want this. Say apply and okay. Here it goes. So like this, you can apply more appropriate shapes over here. And the best part is, if you want, you can also create your customized shapes. You have some company logo or something and you want it as a shape, you can use that as well. So to get the simple, to get the customized shape, first of all, we should know that from where these shapes are appearing. So the default location of the shapes are in my Tableau repository. Under the documents, I have my Tableau repository in which I have a folder called shapes. So all the shapes are appearing from here. Okay, so let me create a new folder over here. I will say new folder. So here it is, and I will like to put some shapes over here. So we can take the shapes from Google. Let me go over here and Google, and I will say West. Okay, images. I will say West. Icon is better option. Let's take this one. Save image as. Let's take this. Let's take this. Center. Let me take this. Save images. Right, so I have taken few images over here. These are the images which we have taken. Right, so these are the images which we have taken. Now I want this images to be over here, so I can go to the shapes, and if you will see, the folder which we have created is not appearing over here. Now there are two ways to get the folder. Number one, you restart Tableau, or if you don't want to restart Tableau, simply say reload shape. Just click on the reload shape. Now you will see you are getting TB1 over here. And simply say assign palette. So the palette has been assigned. Let's take apply and okay. Here it goes. Let me increase the size. Right? West, east, south, and central. Doesn't it look nice?
Yes.
They are more appealing. We are getting over here more appealing images. So it will be better if you use the company logos and all to represent your information. More connected it will be. So these are your the shapes over here. The next thing which comes up over here is displaying the details. So let's take what is this details. Let me take the sales on the basis of, let's take region. Let's make it as an entire view. So I'm getting a regional sales over here, and let me display the sales into the label. Now my visual is displaying the regional sales. Although the visual is displaying the regional sales, but I also wanted to bifurcate this value on the basis of segment. So let me put the segment into the color. So I have bifurcated, but now my visual is a scatter bar chart. Right? Stacked bar chart. Sorry, not a stagger. Stacked bar chart. It's a stacked bar chart. I don't want a different color blocks in my bar. So what can I do? I can put the segment into the detail. Now see. Now there is one bar, but the detailing is being done on the basis of the segment. I can put the segment into the label. Right? If you want anything else, I want the profit also into the label. I can click on this. I can click on the three dots. I can say the sales profit. Let me make it as bold. Apply and OK. Here it goes. Right? So although the visual is displaying the regional sales, but it has been further bifurcated on the basis of segment. Is that clear? So here we have focused on this marks card. And assignment, create a bar chart to represent region-wise profit. The bar should also display category, sales, and profit value. Simple, small assignment. Display subcategory-wise quantity sold and average profit using a bar chart. Okay. Let's proceed further. And the next thing which comes up over here is the formatting of the data. Formatting. So for which I will like to take the category, region, subcategory, sales over here. I'm just creating a tabular data. I can go to the analysis. I can go to the totals. I can say add subtotals. Again, analysis, totals, grand total, analysis, total, again the grand. Let me make it as an entire view. Now, if I wanted to format this data, one option is I can right click over here and I can go to the format and I will be getting the formatting options over here. Or I can also go to the format and you will see font alignment, same thing over here. You can take and you are getting the same option over. So any which ways you can do it. Now let me format the font over here. I want to make it as bold. I want to change the size and I also want to change the color. Let's take golden over here. The tooltip is still appearing in black. So I will like to change the tooltip also in golden. Title also I would like to make and golden over here, and I would like to increase the size as well. So I have done some changes to the formatting. Then we have some alignment changes. If you want to do some alignment changes, then you wanted to fill some color. Let me give some background color. I would like to take a black color over here. Now you can see it is appearing in an alternated dark, white, dark and white and like this. So this alternate color which is appearing, this is known as row banding. I don't want to do the banding. So, or I can increase the band size or I can simply remove the band. Okay. Then the lines and all, if you wanted to proceed on, you can do it. You can also format a particular field. Let's take category. I want to display in a different color. I will say orange and I will say this, the region or the subcategory. I want to display it in say green color. Okay. So that is how I have taken it over. So this is once. So you can just play around with this formatting option. So these are the various formatting options we have. Okay. So that was the formatting data. Now let's do one more thing over here. Let's create another sheet. I would like to take the sales on the basis of category and subcategory and displaying the labels and sorting. And let's making it as an entire view. Now you have created another visual and you want to do the similar formatting on this page as well. So instead of doing the entire efforts again, you can go to the formatting, right click on it. There is an option called copy formatting. You can go over here, right click and say paste formatting. The same format has been done on this. Okay, if you want to remove this lines and all, you can right click over here, go to the format, go to the grid lines and say none. So the grid lines has been removed. And if you wanted to, sorry, if you want to change the color of the bars, so you can go to the color and you can change the color. Let's take golden. Here it goes. Okay, so this is how the formatting can be done. The next thing which is coming up over here is calculation. So if you remember, initially also we have done the calculation, right? We know how to do the calculation. We have done the basic calculation, addition, subtraction, and all we have done, calculating the cost, minimum, maximum, average. That is all what we have calculated. Now we come to the second level of calculation, which is known as table level calculation. Table level calculations. So let's try to do the table level calculation over here. So I would like to take the subcategory and I would like to take the sales over here. Let's make it as a high. Okay. Now you have seen that whenever you take any measure, by default, you always get the sum. As of now, I am getting the sum. I am getting the sum of sales over here for each category, but I don't want the sum. I want the percentage over here. So what can I do? I can click on this drop down arrow of the pill. I will go to the quick table calculation and you will see there is an option called percentage of total. I will click on this percentage of total and here it goes. I am getting the percentage. You can click on the sort over here, right? So this is the percentage contribution. If you also want the sales, you can also display the sales. So you are getting the percentage as well as the sales, right? And this is known as percentage of total. This is the quick table calculation. Is it clear? The percentage of total quick table calculation. Also notice, can you notice within the pill there is a small triangle appearing over here now? This triangle indicates that here we have used a quick table calculation, right? So this was percentage of total. Now let us take another example where I would like to take the sales on the basis of order date. Let me bifurcate it on the basis of the category and let's take entire view. Fine. Okay, now if you notice over here, there are ups and downs. There are ups and downs in the data. Yes. And I can do one thing. I can click on this drop down arrow. I will go to the quick table calculation and I will make it as running total. This is known as running total. And see, the output has been changed. It is more better way of displaying the data. You might have came across many financial peoples, the people which deal in financial products. So normally when they show you the data, they say, okay, see, this is the product which has grown so many times in the 10 years. From X to it has reached to Y position and whatever. Okay, so they normally gives you the cumulative. Rather than showing you the ups and downs, they give you the cumulative. Running total means cumulative, where this is a sales of 2014 and 15 means 14 plus 15. 16 is 14 plus 15 plus 16, and 17 is 14, 15, 16, and 17. So it is doing the cumulative over here. This is known as running total. I hope it is clear. Sorry to say, but I am not getting the responses. Okay.
The running total.
Yes, sir.
It counts the previous one also.
Obviously, running means cumulative. Running means cumulative previous year plus current year.
Okay.
Okay. 15 is 14 plus 15. 16 is 14, 15, 16, and 17 is 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. So this is known as running total. The next we have over here is the percentage difference. Now let's see this. What does it say? So for which I will like to take. Let me take the order date and let me take the sales. I will take year, quarter, month. Let me remove the quarter. Year-wise sales I am getting over here, and I will like to take the order date into the filter. I will take a particular year so that I can display it in a more proper manner. Okay, now just have a look at this. We can see that the sales of January is 14,000, February it is 4,000, March 55, April 28. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to click on this drop down. I will go to the quick table calculation, and you will see there is an option called percentage difference. Let's take the percentage difference and see what we are getting. I will take the sales once again over here to make it more clear. Let me put it like this. Right, this is better. Okay, now if you see in the January, the sales was 14,000, but in February it is 4,000. That means there is a dip in sales, which is 68%. From January to February, the sales has been decreased by 68%. In February, the sales was 4,000, but in March, the sales is 55,000. That means the sales has been increased by 1100%. There is a jump of 1100% in the sales. Okay. In March, the sales has came down from 55,000 to 28,000. That means the sales has been dropped by 49%. Is that clear to you? Are you getting this concept? It is basically comparing the previous month and the current month. What is the percentage change in the sales? Please respond if you are getting it or not.
Yes, sir.
It's clear.
So that is known as percentage difference. We can also do one thing. Let me click on this drop down arrow. I will go to the quick table calculation. You also have a difference value. And let me take the sales over here. I will like to put the sales on the top. Oh, sorry. Here it is. Now see, in the January, sales 14,000, February 4,000. The sales has been reduced by 9,000, and there is a percentage difference of 68%. The sales has been dipped by 68%. In February, the sales is 4,000, but in March it is 55,000. That means there is a sales has been increased by 51,000, and there is an increase of 1100% in the sales. Is that clear?
Clear.
So that is known as percentage difference. Now there is something known as KPI. So let's see what is a KPI. Do you know the meaning of KPI?
Key performance indicator.
Absolutely. Key performance indicator. Many a times when you see some financial data, it shows you like when you see the financial data in that normally you get some symbols, up and down arrow, something like that. Okay, you get some arrows which indicates the trend, which is known as key performance indicator. So we are trying to create something similar to this, for which I'm taking again the order date, and I would like to take the sales over here, and I will like to display it on the basis of the month. Monthly sales I am getting, sorry, year, quarter, month. Let me remove the quarter. And I can put the order date into the filter where I can take any 1 year. We are doing KPI. Okay, now what I wanted to do, once again, I will take the quick table calculation and I will use percentage of total. And I will also take the sales again. So I'm getting the percentage difference. I think I have taken, instead of percentage of difference, quick table calculation, I have to take percentage difference. And I will take the sales again. Now, till now, we have always taken the values or the fields from here and put it onto the respective place. But for the first time, I'm taking something from here and putting back into this list of the fields, and see what happens when you release your mouse. I am getting a calculated field. Let me name it as percentage difference. Any name you can give, right? Now, our motto is to create KPIs. So for which I have to write a formula. So I can click on this drop down. I will say create calculated field. Let me name it as KPI. You can name it anything you want. Now, if percentage difference is less than 0, then let's take down. Else if percentage difference is greater than 0, then I will say up. Else I will say no change. And okay, and I will simply say okay over here. Now, instead of making it automatic, let me take it as shape over here, and I will use the KPI into the shape. And you will see I'm getting different shapes over here. Okay, and I can just put some more appropriate shapes. Let me take it from the field 1, and down I will like to take this. No change, I will like to take this. Up, I will like to take this, and say apply and okay. Now, if you want to give more appropriate color, you can put the KPIs into the color. Click on this, edit colors. Let me go for the traffic light. Green for, no, down is red, no change is this, and up is green. Say apply and okay. Here it is, right? And if you want, you can also remove the percentage difference from here, and here it goes. Now you are getting the trend over here. We started in January, the sales fell in the February, March again up, April, May down, June up, July, August down, September up, and so on. If you want to take another year, you can take the another year as well. And in 2015, you can see continuously April, May, June, the sales was down for 3 months, and then continuously it went up for July, August, and September. Okay, so this is how you are getting a KPI. Am I clear with this? I hope so. Okay, so this was the KPI over here. Let's take next. The next which comes up over here is compute using. Let's see what is compute using. Compute using. Let me take the sales on the basis of category and subcategory. Let's make it as an entire view and right. Let me sort it. I will click on this drop down arrow. I will say quick table calculation and I will say percentage of total. And I will display the labels. Right. And I can go to the analysis. I can go to the totals and I will say add all subtotals as well. Now, if you look at this value, furniture chair is appearing as 14%. Can anybody tell me what do you understand by this 14%?
Means if we consider furniture as 100%, then out of that 14% is chairs.
No, not at all. 14% means the contribution of chair with respect to the overall sales done is 14%. Okay, not with respect to the furniture sales.
Overall means considering all three categories.
Yes. There are total 17 subcategories. In that 17, the total sales generated from that 10,000 records, the contribution of chair is 14%. Now, let me take the sales once again.
Just a query. Can you please? So if we consider like the sum of this percentage should be 100, then?
Yes, it is. It is 100 only. If you want, you can total it.
Okay. I got confused. Yeah, understood. I got confused with this 32. Yeah. 32, 31, 36.
So that is the contribution of furniture.
Yeah. Understood.
Okay. Now let me take the sales once again. Again, I will click on this drop down. I will say quick table calculation and I will say percentage of total. Now I will once again click on this drop down and you will see there is an option called compute using, right? And I will go to the compute using and I will say category. Oops, sorry, my bad. Compute using. Right. Now, initially here at two places, chairs, the contribution of chair, one place it is appearing as 14% and another place it is appearing as 44%. Can anybody tell me what is the difference between 14 and 44? What is the difference between 14 and 44?
14 is means considering the entire all three categories. And 44 is in its individual subcategory like furniture.
Correct. So when we are saying the contribution of chair is 14%, 14% with respect to the total sales generated, but when we are saying it is 44%, so 44% of the sales generated by the furniture. Okay, so this is known as compute using. So whenever we are talking about the percentage, we wanted to say that this percentage should be in respect to what? The percentage is in respect to what? So I can click on this drop down. I will say compute using, and there are various options. So let's talk about each of this one by one. The first one is table across. Table across. That means everything will be compared to itself. Chair will be compared to chair and table will be compared to table. That means everything should appear as 100%. Okay. Then we have compute using table down. Now table down means the grand total. So see, we are getting with respect to the grand total. Compute using table down and table is one and the same thing. It will give you the same thing. Compute using pane down and pane. So this is known as pane, 1 pane, 2 pane, 3 pane. So pane down and pane is one and the same thing. You can take the pane. Now you can see you are getting the percentage with respect to the pane. Okay, the category in that means. Compute using cell. Cell means everything will be compared to itself so that everything appears 100. Compute using category. Now see what are you getting. You are only getting the percentage of the category and not the subcategory over here. Then you have compute using subcategory. Now you are getting the details of the subcategory, not the category. Okay. So this is how we can set the scope of the of the calculation. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, compute using. The next thing which comes up over here is a conditional formatting. Now let's see what is a conditional formatting. Formatting on the basis of some condition is known as conditional formatting. So let me take the subcategory and let me take the sales. Let's make it fit height. Okay. Right. So let's do one thing. First of all, although it is not related to conditional formatting, let me format this so that the formatting will be more prominent. Let me make the sheet as bold, increasing the size, changing the color. Right. I have just made the font bold so that the conditional formatting looks more prominent. Okay. Now what I have to do, I have to highlight the top 5 categories. Top 5 categories needs to be highlighted. That is what I want as a conditional formatting. So first of all, I have to sort it, right? Remember, whenever you are doing the conditional formatting, the first step is to sort. Always sort it, right? Now we have to create a calculated field over here, and let me name it as IND, and I have a function over here with the name index. Now index function is just like a serial number. It will give you a serial number from top to the bottom. I will say okay, and I will take IND over here, and you can see you are getting a serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now on the basis of this calculated field, I will be creating another calculated field. So I can click on this drop down arrow. I will say create calculated field, and I will say, let me name it as top 5. And I will say IND is less than 5, less than equal to 5. Say okay, right? And you can see I'm getting the top 5, and also notice, can you notice the icon appearing over here as TF? TF, which stands for a Boolean data type. In the starting of the module, I told you that, I think in the first session, I told you that we will be creating the Boolean data type. So here it is. So I can put this top 5 into the color, and you will see it has been highlighted. The top 5 has been highlighted over here. Okay. We have highlighted the top 5 subcategories.
Okay.
Okay. Now supposingly I want to highlight the bottom 5. So for which, again, I have to create a calculated field. I can click on this drop down arrow. I will say create calculated field. Let me take bottom 5. No, not bottom 5. Before that, I have to use another function that is known as last. Now, last function is same like index. It also gives the serial number, but it starts from bottom to the top and is starting from 0. So I will say, okay. And let me take the last, and you will see it is starting from the bottom to the top and is starting from 0. Index starts from 1. Okay, so On the basis of this last, I will create another calculated field and I will name it as bottom 5. And I will say LAS is less than 5. Okay. Here it is. I'm getting the bottom 5 and I can put it into the color. Now you can see the bottom 5 has been highlighted. But when you highlighted the bottom 5, the top 5 has not been highlighted. And if you highlight the top 5, the bottom 5 will not be highlighted. Why? Because we know we can have only one field in the color. We cannot put two things into the color. So if I wanted to highlight both the top and the bottom 5, then I have to create another field, calculated field. So I can click on this drop down, create calculated field. I will say top bottom 5. So I will say IND is less than equal to 5, so it's less than 5, or LAS is less than, oh my God, it's less than 5. Say okay. And now you can put the top bottom 5 into the color. And here it goes. Okay. Here it goes, the top bottom 5. Am I clear with this? And these things I have just taken to show you. So you can remove this. And this was our ultimate goal, to highlight the top and the bottom 5. Okay, so this was the conditional formatting. Now let us take one more example for the conditional formatting, where I would like to take the sales on the basis of subcategory. Let me make it as a horizontal bar chart. Let me make it as an entire view. Let me do the sorting. And I can simply put the top bottom, where it has gone, top bottom 5 into the color. And you can see that the top and the bottom 5 has been highlighted. The top and the bottom 5 has been highlighted over here. But what if I want to make it dynamic? Can you give me an idea that if I wanted to make it dynamic, what can we do? I want to give the user the control that he can select whether he wants to highlight top 3, top 5, top 2, whatever. What can be done? What comes to your mind?
Parameters.
Absolutely, the parameter. So let's create a parameter over here. So I will click on this drop down. I will say create parameter. Let me name the parameter as P1. And it will be of integer type. I should give a range with a minimum value of 1 and the maximum value I am taking it over here as 8, and say okay. So I have created a parameter. Now I have to create another calculated field based on this parameter. So let me say
So
yes.
So one question I have in parameter, whenever you put like maximum number, for example, now you put 8 and in last class there was 17. Yeah. So how will know that this is the maximum number?
You can put any number you want.
Okay.
I will give you the logic why I have taken initially 17 and now 8, but
Okay.
it is not a compulsion. You can put whatever number you want.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I'm
Yes,
talking
sir.
about the top bottom n. So I can say IND is less than equal to parameter, or LAS is less than parameter. So, and just put this TBN into the color. And do not forget to show the parameter control. Here it is. Top 3, bottom 3, top 5, bottom 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you understand why I have taken the value as 8, because I know there are total 17 subcategories. So there could be maximum top 8 or maximum bottom. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that's why I have taken it over here as 8. So now you have created a dynamic over. Right. Now, if I ask you something that I want to display the top and bottom in different colors. The top should be highlighted in green color and the bottom should be highlighted in red color. Okay. So what has to be done? So I am not giving you the answer for this. You can try it at your end. Try it to display the top and bottom in different colors. And if it doesn't happen, then I will give you the answer for this. Okay. So this was right. Now, one more thing, I am taking an example once again, subcategory and the sales I am taking. Let me take it. Now, what is the first thing we have to do if we have to do the conditional formatting? What is the first thing we will do? Tell me the first thing which we will do. We will do the sorting. Correct? I told you that is the main condition for the this conditional formatting, that the data should be sorted. Okay. Yes. But if I don't want to sort, then what? Then I can use another method over here where I can click on this drop down, quick table calculation, and I can use rank. Let me take the sales once again over here. I will take this quick table calculation back to the list and see what happened. I will make it as position. Now I wanted to highlight the top 5. So on the basis of this calculated field, I will create another calculated field. Let me say, or I will say top 3 over here. So I will say POSI is less than equal to 3 and say okay. Now you just put the top 3 into the color and you can see the top 3 has been highlighted without sorting. Okay, so we have utilized the rank function over here. Is it clear to you? So yes, that was the conditional formatting. And here comes your assignment, which says display subcategory and region-wise profit in a tabular format. Format the worksheet with a black background, font in bright colors, no banding, heading should be highlighted in different colors. So basically here I have talked about the formatting. So you can use whichever formatting you want. Okay, you just create a formatting, good formatting, it should be appealing. Now, display the in a form of a horizontal bar chart, category and subcategory wise total sales and the sales percentage. Percentage should be with respect to the category. So here I'm talking about compute using. Okay. Represent year-wise profit, running total. Represent subcategory wise profit, use conditional formatting to highlight top and bottom profit generating categories. The number should be dynamic. Also in this example, highlight the top and bottom in different colors. Display monthly profit in a tabular format. Order date should be interactive. Increase and decrease should be highlighted using arrows. So this is an example of KPIs. Clear? So please do the assignment. Doing of assignment is very important if you really want to get the value out of this module. Okay. I would like to have a look on the assignments in the next session.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Proceeding further. So the next thing which comes up over here is the charts. So till now, we have not actually started working in Tableau. We were just looking at the different concepts of Tableau. As Tableau is all about creating the different type of visuals, with the charts, we will see how to create the different type of visuals. Now we are focusing on the different type of visuals. And you already know, if we take a dimension first and then the measure, what we will be getting? Dimension plus measure is equal to which type of visual, graphical or tabular?
Tabular.
Tabular. And measure plus dimension. Measure plus dimension. Graphical. How can you forget these things? These are the basics. Please do not forget the basics. And moreover, it is also written on the screen, right? Now, so let's talk about the different type of visuals we have over here. And the first visual which is coming up over here is the scatter chart. So let's see the scatter chart over here. So this visual is scatter chart, right? So let me take the sales and let me take the profit. Now we have seen this chart initially also. Yes or no? Have you seen this chart initially? This
Yes.
visual?
Yes.
When we were talking about the shape, just few minutes back. Just few minutes back, we have seen this chart when we were talking about the shapes. Okay. Also, we have talked about this visual when we were talking about the granularity. But at that point of time, my focus was not on the chart. My focus was on the concept. Now we are focusing on the visual, right? So let me try to put the region into the, for example, color. So you can see I'm getting a different color bubbles over here. Let me increase the size of the bubbles slightly. So I'm getting a different color bubble, and each bubble represents a particular region where west, east, south, and central is being displayed. If I'm not satisfied with this bubble, I can take some another shape. I would like to take a star over here, right? I can also put the sales into the size so that the bubble are appearing in a different size. Bigger the bubble, more the sales, smaller the bubble, lesser the sales. Sorry, right? Bigger star indicates more sales, and a smaller star indicates lesser sales. Okay, now when you move your pointer on this data points, you are getting the tooltip, right? You can also right click over here and you will see there is an option called drop lines, and you will say show drop lines. Now, when you will click on this pointer, you will be getting the drop lines on the X and the Y axis, which will give you an idea about the sales and the profit values. Now, if as of now, both the lines are appearing on the X and the Y axis, you can right click over here, you can go to the drop lines and you can say edit drop lines. Suppose I want only on the X axis. So now the drop line will be appearing only on the X axis, right? So I can right click over here. I can go to the drop lines and I will say edit drop lines. I want for both X and Y axis. And now these drop lines are appearing only when I am clicking. I want it always. I will say okay, and here it goes. So I'm getting a permanent drop lines, which is giving us the idea of the sales and the profit values. Okay, and once again, I can right click on this. I can go to the drop lines and I will say edit drop lines, and I will make the labels as automatic and see what happens. Now I am also getting the sales and the profit values over here. Moreover, if you want, I can also put the region into the label. So the region is also displayed. If I don't want this card, I can hide these cards. It is not required. So always make it as a practice to remove the unwanted cards. Okay. So this is what we are displaying over here. Okay. And you can see there are the grid lines. Can you notice there's some grid lines, light grid lines are appearing at a background. Can you notice this?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
And suppose I don't want this grid lines and I want to make my visual more appealing. So I can right click over here. I can go to the format. First of all, let me remove the grid lines. I will say none. So the grid lines has been removed. I can go to the font. I will change the font color. I would like to make it in a golden color over here. And I will also like to increase the size on this. And I will also like to format the title. Here it goes. And I can go to this color shading and let me put the black color over here. Here it looks. Right. And I'm through with the formatting. I can close this. Here it goes. So this is your visual. Does it look nice?
Yes, it looks very nice.
Okay. So here we can see now, although it is looking nice, but let's see what this chart is representing a very important information. So you can see the West has given us the maximum sales and the profit, right? Then we have the East. Looking at the South has given us more profit with less of sales. More profit, less sales. And in contrast to the Central, which has given more sales and a lesser profit. So from this information, we can infer that the South is being more profitable as compared to the Central. Am I correct? Are you with me on this?
Yes.
Great. Right. So this is a scatter chart, and a scatter chart is normally used when we need to compare the two measures. Two measures needs to be compared, then we can prefer a scatter chart. Okay. Let's see which is the next chart we have. The next chart we have is a, sorry. Right. So the next chart we have over here is a word map. Right. It is a word map. So let me make it as word. Word map. So what is this word map? Let me put a state name into the text. Now this word map is normally used when we need to compare the multiple values of a particular field, right? So I can make it as an entire view. Let me put the sales into the size. So I will take the sales and I will put it into the size, and you can see that the name of the states are appearing in a different square over here. The different squares, different size squares are appearing over here. But I don't want this squared. So from the automatic, I can change it to the text. And here it goes. Now you will see that the name of the various states are being written in a different font size. Bigger font size means more sales, and a smaller font size means lesser sales. Let me also try to put the profit into the color, and let's see what are we getting. Now the color shading is indicating the profit. Let us try to take some more better color. I think red gold will look good. Yep, it is. Now let us see what does this chart representing. Now here, first of all, focus on the font size. We can see California, New York, Pennsylvania, Washington, Florida, Texas, Virginia. These are the few states which are appearing in a prominent in a bigger size, isn't it? They are appearing in a bigger font size. That means we have received good sales from these states, right? Now, looking towards the color, looking at the color, that California and New York are the darkest. That means the maximum profit has been generated from California and New York. In contrast, if we talk about the Texas or the Pennsylvania, where the font size is considerably bigger, which means good sales, but the color is very light, which means less profit. So if I move my pointer on the Texas, I will see that the total sales done is 170,000, and but there is a loss of 25,000. On the other hand, let me compare it with Virginia. Virginia, on just a sales of 70,000, has given a profit of 18,000. So Virginia is far better than Texas in terms of sales. Is that clear? This is how we can read this visual. Am I clear?
Yes.
All right. So if you don't want the card, you can remove the card. So this becomes your word map.
And how to get that cards back?
Which card? Which I removed?
Yes, sir.
You can go to this card and say reset cards.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next visual which comes up over here is a line chart. Now, line chart is usually used to display the trend. Whenever you want to display a trend, we can use a line chart. So I will like to take the sales on the basis of order date. Let me make it as an entire view. And I will like to display it on the basis of month. Oh, not over here. I'm putting it on the basis of the month. So here you can see the line chart, which is displaying the monthly sales, ups and downs in the monthly sales. And you have the style of the line. So this is the default style. If you want to change this, you can go to the path and you will see the second type. So if you think this is better, you can go with this, or you can also take this. So I think the default one is more easily understandable. So I will go with this only. Okay. Now, if you want to make the thickness, change the thickness of the line, you can just move, like you can make it as thicker, or you can make it as the thinnest. Or let me make it something like this. This is pretty fine. Okay. So we can change the thickness of the line. If you want, you can also put the profit into the color and see what information does it reveals. So now just focus on the profit. So it will, you will see that in most of the months, we have generated the profit only if you see this particular month, that is July 2014. And here we have January 2015. So these are the 2 months where we have generated the losses. Else, overall, the profit is ups and down, but we are in a profitable state. Okay. Now you want to display some labels, so you can display the sales over here into the label. And you can also display the profit over here if you want. You can also display the order date if you want over here. But now it's appearing in a broken format, so you can take it from month over here. Oh, sorry. You can take the month over here, and you want to display not all, so you can say minimum and the maximum. So the minimum and the maximum has been displayed over here. So this is how using the line graph, we can display the trend. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is a line graph. Reference line, I am skipping. We will talk about it later. The next visual we have over here is a bubble chart. Bubble. So let me take the sales and let me take the region over here. Now, bubble chart is also used to compare the values. So let me put the region into the color, and instead of automatic, I will like to take it as a circle and put the sales into the size. And now you will be seeing the bubbles of the different size. So the size of the bubble indicates the sales volume in this example. Bigger the bubble size, more the sales, smaller the bubble size, lesser the sales. So let me put the what is region into the label, and let me also put the sales into the label. And I can click on the sales drop down, quick table calculation, percentage of total. So I'm getting the percentage comparison over here. So here we can see that the maximum sales has been generated by the Western region, that is 31%. Then we have the East, and then the Central, and then the South. Further, if you want, let me make it further bifurcated on the basis of the category and see what are we getting. Here it is. Let us try to compare. So we can see the category wise and the region wise bifurcation of the sales. Where in the furniture category, the maximum sales has been generated by the Western region. Office supplies, also the maximum sales by the western region. Technology, the maximum sales by the eastern region. 1 second, please. Right, so here you can see, and if we also notice that the percentage comparison of the various categories on the basis of the region is somewhat similar. Just focus on the central region. Furniture contribution of central region 22, office supplies 23, technology 20, almost similar. If we talk about the western region, for furniture 34, office supplies 30, technology 30. So it is somewhat similar in for all the categories. Right, similar type of sales is coming from each region for all the categories. Clear? Am I clear on this? So
Yes.
this was your bubble chart. The next chart which comes up over here is a bar chart. So bar chart is not new for you. So we are creating the bar chart since the day one. So bar, just have a look at it. Let me take the sales on the basis of category and the region for an example. Let me make it as an entire view. Let me make it as a region and the category. This region and the category wise sales we are getting over here. And I will also like to bifurcate it on the basis of the subcategory by putting the subcategory into the color. I would like to put the subcategory into the label, and I will also like to put the sales into the label like this. And if I don't want this card, I can remove the card from here. Here it goes. If you want, you can also sort it. Let's see what does it. Here it is. So here you are getting the category wise, region wise, and the subcategory wise sales over here. Okay. If you want to increase or decrease the thickness of these bars, so you can use the size we are increasing, or you can make it thin. So I think thin is not that great. So we can put it over here. This looks pretty fine. If you want to change the orientation, you can make it as Control W, make it as a horizontal, but I think it is not looking that great. So I think this is better over here. Okay. Right, let's proceed. So that was the bar chart. The next visual which is coming up over here is a tree map. The tree map. Now let us see what is a tree map. Let me take the sales on the basis of region. I can put the region into the color, and I can put the sales into the size. And you can see the squares of different sizes. Okay. You can put the region into the label and also put the sales into the label. Region wise sales is displaying. Remember, in the tree map, the first box will always give you the maximum sales value. Maximum value will be there in the first box. So Western has given us the maximum sales. Now let me try to put the category into the label. So see, it has been further bifurcated on the basis of the category. And you can see in the Western region, maximum sales has been given by furniture. In the central region, maximum sales has been given by technology. In East, it is technology, and in South also it is technology. So apart from the Western region, in all the other region, maximum sales has been given by the technology category. Okay. Then let me also try to put the segment into the label, and you will see the further bifurcation over here on the basis of the segment. So this type of visual is known as a tree map. It is normally suggested when you wanted to drill down the value on the basis of multiple fields. Now, why it is known as tree map? And Okay, one more thing I wanted to highlight. Let me clear it out. You must have noticed that whenever I create a visual, I always use double click. I want to create a regional sales, so I will double click on the sales and then I will double click on the region. Right now I can put the region into the color and sales into the size to get the tree map. So I am habitual of doing it like this, but it is not mandatory that you have to do it in this manner only. If you want, you can directly put the respective fields into the appropriate place. Let's take, I would like to put the sales into the size. Let me make it as an entire view, and you can put the region into the color. Region into the color, right? You are getting a tree map. Okay. So now why it is known as a tree map? It is known as a tree map because it resembles a tree. Just like in a tree, we have a main trunk. There is a trunk of the tree, right? Hello, the trunk of the tree. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. So just assume this box to be the trunk of the tree. And once I put the region over here, from the trunk, we have more branches. Okay. And I can put the region into the label and sales into the label. Now from these branches, we have more branches. Let's take, I put the category into the label. So from these 4 branches, I got more branches. Okay. And from these branches, I will put the segment into the label and I'm getting more branches. So just like a tree has multiple branches, similarly, here also we are getting multiple branches.
This option is also there in this show me right hand side option.
Absolutely. I told you in the first session that we will be getting it from here, but I am not using this because I want to tell you a proper process of creating the visuals rather than going the shortcut. Okay. As of now, no shortcuts. Then we have a bump chart. We will be talking about the bump chart little later. And I think the bump chart we are skipping as of now, funnel and advanced funnel. Okay, what do you say? Shall we? I think we can take a pause on this point. What do you say?
Yes.
Right. I don't want to give you one more assignment. Right. So we have talked about few of the visuals. Right. Remember, I have skipped one chart that is a reference line. We will be talking about in our next session. Okay. Then we have few more visuals which we will be talking about. Okay.
Yes.
Right. So was the session okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Fine. So anything from your side before I wind up for the day? Anything you wanted to highlight? Yes, no, maybe?
No, sir.
No. Okay. If no, then it's perfectly fine. So with this, we will take a pause for the day. Please do your assignment. Doing of assignment is very, very important. In the next session, I will definitely like to have a look at your assignment. Plus show me your assignment and then we will proceed further in the next session. Okay.
Okay. Sir, how many more session will this continue? Tableau?
It has few more sessions.
Okay.
Right. So it is just today is the 3rd or the 4th. I think it is the 3rd session we have, correct?
Yes.
Third session. So we have just started. So lot many things to learn. Don't worry about the timing, but worry about your confidence. Are you getting the confidence or not? If yes, we are on the right track. If no, that there is some problem either with you or with me. Okay. So please ask a question, be more interactive. I think in the previous session also, I have highlighted this thing. You being interactive is more important.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So thank you very much. Bye-bye and take care.